Hey everybody, I'm Rousseau and I do a little work here and there. Looks like I finally got around to doing another episode of Research What? Except now, it's in an all-new format. I won't bore you with the details, but this is the start of a new series on the Cameo silhouette. Of course, we're just starting with an overview. Of course, there are a lot of things you can do with this machine. It's basically like a plotter, except it's got a razor blade, so you can cut paper, you can cut latex, you can cut all sorts of things. Go to the website if you want to know what you can cut with it. This is something that I made using a few pieces of software, and I'm going to quickly run you through the process, and this should give you a pretty good idea of the sort of thing that you can do with this hardware and with the software as well. Here I have recreated a 3D object that I downloaded from Thingiverse using slices of 65-pound cardstock. I glued them together with a glue stick. Of course, there were a few steps to get to that point. The first step in this process is finding a thing that you want to make. Of course, you could make a thing that you want to make, but we're trying to cut a few corners here. I'm trying to make a big, statuey, shriny, monument-y sort of thing. And for whatever reason, the Maltese falcon came to mind. Here you can see one that I found. The most important thing here is just making sure the thing that you're making is solid. If it's not solid, you can fix it, but it's going to be a hassle. From there, you're going to have to import the files that you downloaded into Autodesk's 123D Make software. For a different project, you might use a different software like Pepicura Designer, but for this, we're going to use 123D Make, and we're going to choose stacked slices. You set up the measurements for your paper and set the scale for the thing that you want to build, and you can export the plans as .dxf files. These are usually for CAD, but Silhouette Studio imports them just fine. Of course, if you were to open these DXF files in Adobe Illustrator, you would notice that there are in fact not lines. There are just a ton of points. An absolute ton of points. So, unless you have tons of RAM, or you just want to wait a really long time, before you import this into Silhouette Studio, you need to go layer by layer, shape by shape, select all the points, and join them, and then once you're done with the whole thing, you can reduce the number of points and simplify the shapes to lighten the load on your processor a little bit when you try to import it into Silhouette Studio. Of course, once you're in Silhouette Studio, it's not completely smooth sailing. The DXF files don't tend to import in the proper scale. Fortunately, these have a little frame built in, so if you group everything, you can scale it all at once to the size that the frame's supposed to be. Then you center it on your page and cut it out. And then repeat for all the other pages. And for fun, I printed each page a different color so you could see how arbitrarily the program split them up. But I will leave you with this animation of the Maltese falcon being built in 123D Make. As always, do all that YouTube stuff with the thumbs and whatnot. You've been watching Rousseau Works. This is Research What? And I'm Rousseau, out.